Good morning, everybody. Today is our last day of our cruise, and while everybody was still asleep, I thought it'd be a good time to sneak out and show you what's on the Wonder and give you a quick tour of the entire ship. When you first get on the boat, you come in on deck 3, right through these doors behind me, and it's really cool because they always have a bunch of cast members there, and they ask for your family's name, and then they welcome you onto the ship and applaud and cheer for you because it is a really exciting thing. And when you come in, you're in the Atrium, and in this Atrium area to the left over there is Triton's, which you can see through these windows right over here. It's really a beautiful restaurant. You have these beautiful elevators that you can see everything as you're going up throughout this atrium area. So there's 3 decks that are part of this atrium area, and they actually just redid everything, and so it's all newer decoration. It's really quite beautiful. But also in this deck 3 area is, if you were to turn right from those doors, you've got your port adventures, which obviously nobody's there today because we are not in port. We are done with our ports for this trip. And they have these awesome things many places throughout the ship, which I will show you a lot of that today. So if you go across the atrium over here, you're gonna have guest services, which of course there's always somebody there to take care of you. They really are good, and they try their best to really do everything that they can to make your stay here on the Wonder amazing. I have no complaint about guest services at all. So here we are on the port side, which is the left side. Triton's is here to the left. And if you walk down this aisle, you've got all these beautiful windows here to your right. It's really quite awesome. This is called the French Quarter Lounge, which is really quite fitting because it is by Tiana's, and so it's quite beautifully themed. There used to be something else, and when they did the dry dock, this is one of the things that changed. I really like the way that it has changed. They had some live music here the other night. It's really cool. This is one of my favorite parts. Isn't that cool? There's like tables inside. And then down here is Tiana's place. So this is the second of the main restaurants. Deck 4 aft, we have Animator's Palette, which is right behind me. Deck 4 has the running track, which runs the entire circumference of the ship. 3 times rounded equals 1 lap. You have to make sure that you're going in the right direction, but that's actually also a really cool way to get some exercise. So let's walk through it. windy out there. One of the benefits slash effects of a cruise. Now that we're back inside, let's walk down the rest of the ship. So Animator's pallet is behind me, and so here we are on port side. And so we have shutters, which is where all of the photos that they take throughout your trip can be found. You have these awesome screens right here, and you just use your stateroom key, and then you can look it all up, and you can either buy prints or digital copies of everything. Now going down those stairs will take you down to deck 3, right outside of the French Quarter Lounge. We've already seen that, so we're going to keep going here. Over here to the right is where you can have family portraits done. Get a sitting and everything with a photographer. Right to my right, there is the D Lounge. There is more than one entrance to that. That's the side entrance. Here we are at the Atrium again. This is the D Lounge. Like I said, it's early morning. Most things are not open yet. But in there they have lots of events, games to play, trivia, lots of different things, family oriented. We've seen cooking demonstrations and things in there as well. Pretty awesome. Here we are, deck 3. We're gonna head over to the starboard side. Still around this main atrium. Deck 3 aft had your Tiana's Place, that main restaurant, but let's take a look at go back down to deck 3 and look at what's in deck 3 forward. It's going to be all of your adult bars and lounges, which is pretty cool, and then we'll head back on up to deck 4.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side, it makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's
So that's deck 3 forward. All of those adult pubs and bars and lounges. Some really cool theming there. Crown and Pub is a little bit more of a sports bar. So you saw the areas where they would put food out. We've watched sports games and stuff there before, so that's a nice place to be. So let's go back up to deck 4. Deck 4 on this side of the ship, forward, they've got some pretty cool stuff. I've got some shops, and we're gonna start seeing some of the entertainment. So deck 4, like I said, has the majority of the shops. There was one down on deck 3, but this is where most of that is. And here, there's certain times of the day when they're open. They're obviously not open every day or all the time, but they always have them nice and posted. There's some really amazing stuff in these shops. Exclusive to Disney Cruise Line, exclusive to the area and the itinerary that you're going in. Always a fun place to check out. Then here, deck 4, is the Walt Disney Theater. Preludes is where they have an open bar. You can get mixed drinks, popcorn, some candy for the show. There's entrances on both sides. So the Walt Disney Theater is where they do all the live shows. So in your evenings, there's 2 different shows, an earlier one and a later one, depending on when your dining is when you're gonna go. And so we got to see the Golden Mickeys already, and last night was Frozen, and tonight is our last show that we'll be seeing, which is one of John's favorites. So that's deck 4. So let's take a look at deck 5 now. So deck 5 is the last deck that includes the atrium, so you can come here where you're in midship. You can come out and be able to get a nice view of the entire atrium, which is really beautiful. But here we are forward, and right ahead of us is the Oceaneer Lab. For this age group, there's Oceaneer Lab and the Oceaneer Club. This is the lab. And the Oceaneer Club, I'll show you where it's at. If you look to the left over there, that walkway over there in between those windows is a secret walkway between the Oceaneer Lab and the Oceaneers Club. So if you drop your kids off in one, they have the ability to go back and forth between the 2 without actually having to be checked out and moved around. It's pretty neat. Here is the Oceaneers Club. Motioneer's Lab is a little bit more Imagineering based. They have video games, crafting stations and different stuff. And this is a little bit more play based, but still really cool. Here is your It's a Small World nursery, which is not open at the moment, but that's where your younger than 3, younger than 5 ages are going to be going. This is the Buena Vista Theater. So your Walt Disney Theater has your live shows. The Buena Vista Theater shows movies, and oftentimes they're first run movies because Disney owns them, so they can, right? It's really cool. Deck 5 also has staterooms, which you can see behind me. They've got them on port and starboard side, aft and forward. So this is, we've seen everything there is to see and do on Deck 5 unless you're staying there. Above us, Deck 6, 7, and 8 are also all staterooms. We're staying on Deck 7, so let's jump right on up to Deck 9. So Deck 9 aft is going to have your cabanas, which is your buffet that they do for all 3 meals. The most popular meals are going to be breakfast and lunch because most people do dinner in the restaurants, but you can come up here and get dinner at the buffet. Deck 9 is also your first deck that has outside dining and outside entertainment. So let's take a look at it. There's outside pools, outside dining, drink station, lots of good stuff. come into the forward, deck 9 forward. This is all of the adult pool only area. Also on deck 9 is you have your gym and your spa here. So let's take a look at all those. So that's the gym and spa. They've got classes, tons of cool things you can do, tons of different treatments you can do, massages and different stuff. It smells really good over there too. I really like that. So let's check out the other side of deck 9 and then we'll go on up to deck 10. Deck 10 is going to have some outdoor areas. It's going to have your concierge and it also has Palo. ship. I mean, what better place to conclude than here on deck 10 aft at Palo. One of my, no, it is my absolute favorite restaurant in the whole entire world. Unfortunately, it's on a ship, so I don't get to go very often. But John and I did enjoy a wonderful dinner there last night to celebrate our anniversary. But I have a feeling that the troops are about to revolt. I'm sure they're hungry. Let's go down, find out what they're gonna do, and move on with the rest of our day. Until then, I hope you enjoyed this tour of the ship. This is the Disney Wonder, and this is Janae with Happily Ever After 4. See you later.